And we want to welcome everybody to another edition of Hoops Hidden Gems podcast. I'm your host, David Jones. Want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Another good show as usual. Busy weekend. I was out there on them AAU fields, seeing what's going on, seeing those AAU streets. Got a good chance to see the Peach Games here in Atlanta. Some good competition. I always tell you guys, you never know who's watching. And just like that, a couple people that we're seeing has some interest already. But we're going to jump right into the show this weekend or this evening, excuse me. Good friend, just met him not too long ago. Congratulations as well. Got Coach Stephen Gilbert from Ranger JUCO College in Texas. How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Thank you for having me on. I'm actually really excited.
Oh, man. And thank you for coming on, man. You know, I know it's big for you to get that big JUCO Texas jobs. For people that don't know, JUCO ball in Texas is some of the best JUCO ball in the country. So you got your hands full getting that job, and, you know, you're going to need some players to be able to compete in that league.
Yes, I will. I'm actually fortunate because of the fact that I believe that the top two states in JUCO is Florida and Texas. So it's gonna be a gauntlet every night. That's why I got to recruit the right kids that's gonna want to go to war with me every single day.
Absolutely, and you know, man, with people that don't know about Texas JUCO, you guys give full scholarships, so you can get those dogs where, you know, some other places where they have to kind of combine money, whether it be Pell or a state scholarship to mix in. And then hopefully, you know, if they have a little bit of bill, you know, they can, you know, be able to do something. You know? But, you know, I look at it like, you know, with you being blessed with your situation.
I've been blessed.
Yeah, with your situation, it's big because you have to be able to operate like that because people see it, you know, the type of quality that you're getting there in Texas, in the state of Texas. All the D1s know about Texas JUCO.
Exactly.
So, you know, you don't have a choice but to get those players that are hungry and dogs.
Exactly. And that's what we're trying to change this program around. When the AD and the president called me, it was like, hey, we need somebody that's going to come in and win right away, bring in the right kids, build a culture that just leaves an imprint. And when they spoke to me, like, I was bought in. Like, they treated me like family. It was interesting because the president is really good friends with the coach over at Hillsboro, and shout out to him because he's one of the reasons I actually got the job. And shout out to my guy from Long Beach State. He gave a call to the president and the AD as well. So without them, you know, I probably wouldn't be in this predicament. I've been in the journey. Like, I was with Bart over at Northwest Florida. This man just won 3 of the last 5 national championships, man. That guy's a winner.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited to, you know, go head to head with him. Like, he's a big mentor of mine, and he's been helping me, like, make these footprints ever along the way. And then on top of that, Felicia Leggett Jack over at Syracuse helped me with my pipelines of recruiting and actually having a better professionalism, like telling me that if I want to be a head coach, I actually start having to carry myself like one. And shout out to my really, really good friend, Rennie Haynes, who just left LIU. She gave me my first Division I opportunity. And she literally taught me everything I know as well. So I've been blessed along the way to be with a bunch of winners. And I want to continue that same tradition of winning over here at Ranger College as well.
Well, first off, coming from Northwest Florida, I saw you in Albany. So I saw that team in Albany, and the guard play was phenomenal.
Exactly.
So now you coming from a winning pedigree for real, because man, when I saw that team, I was like, that was Division I guards right there.
Exactly.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts what I saw there. So I already know what you saying that right there. I didn't even realize you came from Northwest, and I was like, when I was in Albany, I was like, oh, who is that team? And then lo and behold, you guys won it all, right?
We put in a lot of, like, I was there when they had last year Paul, who went to LSU, won a championship at LSU, and now at Arizona State. We had Nolani Cornfield, who was over at Buffalo. Now she's follow her coach to Arizona. Like, we had some really great talent. Shelby
Mhm.
Brown, was at Akron. Now she's at UNLV. So like, we've had a lot of great talent come through Northwest Florida, and that's why
Well,
I said that Ranger. I plan on doing the same thing. I plan on making sure everybody get the same footsteps, same blueprint. Like, hey, we're gonna skill develop. You're gonna go to school. We're gonna win games, and you're gonna go on. Like, I only want to keep you 1 year if I can. If two, then we got to make sure you get somewhere. Because the year that I was there, we had 14 Division I athletes. 14. So how
man.
do you beat a team with 14? Like, and all of them, like, they literally played well. We had transfers come in that did a phenomenal job from Wake Forest to North Carolina A&T, and they did their thing. And then they got pushed on to go play Division I elsewhere. Like, that's the that's what I'm trying to bring to Ranger. And I just gotta find the right dogs. The way we're about to get after it. I mean, like, whew, everybody thought Ranger was a stepping stone or just somebody just go in and beat. That won't happen no longer. We're gonna come out, we're gonna compete, and we're gonna win games. Year one, I expect to win 15 or plus because of the fact that I'm recruiting the right athletes. I'm heading down the right venue, and with your help so far, man, I've been finding the right kids. So as long as I got you on my side and I got everybody else that want to buy in and want to see us succeed, we're gonna be okay.
And listen, I mean, you already have the right pedigree coming because Florida JUCO, and like you
Mhm.
said, Florida and Texas, those are some of the top JUCO places in the country. And like I said, when you talking about Northwest, you talking about Eastern Florida, you talking about
Can't forget
Tallahassee,
Chipola. You can't
yeah,
forget Gulf
Chipola,
Coast. Chipola was
yeah.
number one this past year, and they got a really good guy over there. One of my close friends, Mitch Rose, doing a fantastic job. Rory over at Gulf Coast is a dog as well. So like, they got this, and that's not throwing shade on the rest of these junior colleges, but Florida, with
Hmm.
Florida Southwestern getting the guy from Connor State, man, that guy, I coached against him when he was at Connor State and I was in Kansas. So
Hmm.
like, Florida JUCO is it, but not a. I don't get it twisted. Texas Junior College, there's a gauntlet every night with South Plains, Trinity Valley, who played in 6 straight national championships. You
Hmm.
got New Mexico Dream College coming down to play in that same Texas region. You
Hmm.
got McLennan, who has been a powerhouse, a phenomenal powerhouse. Belen, like, the list can go on. Like, you have some kind of leeway, some slack a little bit over in Florida, but in Texas, man, every night you're playing like it's a championship game, and that's why I'm so excited.
So there's two regions in Texas, right?
Mhm.
And what region are you guys in?
Region 5. So we got
Region.
McLennan and all them. We're in the same region: McLennan, Weatherford, West Texas.
Okay, so you're on that side. You're not on the side with
And not on that
Kilgore,
Trey
no.
Valley, and not on
But
that Tyler. Woo, that South Plains, that New Mexico Junior College.
yeah.
Not on that side, but we're gonna play them. We're gonna get a chance to play against them, and we're gonna compete as well. Like, Precious over at Trinity Valley. As soon as I got the job, she gave me a call and said, "Congratulations." I said, "Dang, big time. How you know?" She said, "You can't never hold nothing against me." And then, my lady Trina and Tyler, she won it a couple years ago. She gave me a call and congratulated me as
Yeah.
well.
Trina's
Aura
been
over
on
at
the
South
show.
Plains,
Yeah.
phenomenal person. Like, he is really big in getting internationals. And then I can't forget about my boy Q over at Odessa. Like, so
Hmm.
it's gonna be some fun playing in this league.
So that means you're probably gonna play in Dave Neely's event, right?
Yes, I'll be playing in that.
What are there any other jamborees you're gonna play in?
Right now I'm trying to figure out all that right now. Like, we have our schedule already created.
Hmm.
So we go to like New Mexico Junior College and play there for 3 games. We go to Midland, play there for 3 games. And then we're all over the place after that. The last guy
Okay.
that was there, he built the gauntlet for me. And, at the end of the day, I just got to rise to the occasion. But I'm
Absolutely.
looking into that right now. I'm thinking about taking my kids out to Chicago to go play in Tori Baylor's event. She's been asking me since I've gotten a job, and I told her if not this year, I'll do it next year. So
Hmm.
we're looking for some teams that want to scrimmage against us and want to compete and get to see the high level kids that we're bringing in. Like, we got a couple internationals that are really, really good. We got a few D1 kickbacks that are really, really good. So we're gonna be special.
But let me ask this: what's going to be a typical day at Ranger? Are you going to practice early, or are you going to practice later?
We're trying to practice early. Practice early, shower, get ready for class. Typical day for us in the off season, we're gonna lift first. We're gonna practice. then we're going to go to class. In season, we're going to practice, then lift. But the typical day for us is we're going to be defensive minded. So a lot of our things is revolving around our defense and how we're going to defend. That's one thing I'm key on. Bart does a phenomenal job defensively, and I got to see him do it. So I'm not stealing his ideas. I'm just trying to tweak the wheel a little bit.
Understood. I definitely understood. And man, I look at this, with you being able to take internationals, that's huge. But I want to touch on some because you just mentioned something, and I'm always big on this on the show. How important is it for these kids to come in? And it's mostly high school because when you're taking drop downs and transfers, they know what this is. How important is it for them to know the shell drill?
It's very important. Like, we're going to do shell every single day. When I was with Bart, we did shell every day. We did 4-on-3 and 4-on-4 every single day. For us, we're doing the same thing because of the fact that if you can't rotate, like I tell every recruit when I'm on the phone, I've been working the phones these last couple of days, and I tell them, like, if you can't defend, you can't play for me. Like, the shell drill is very important. Whether
can you just say that one more time? We just say, if you can't defend, you not play for you, right?
Exactly, because I need kids that want to defend and want to get after it, dive after loose balls. Like, I really enjoyed watching the Houston Cougars play with Kelvin Sampson. Oh my God! When I say they defend, they defend.
He's one of my favorite coaches. He's one of my favorite coaches.
He's mine too. I'm so excited to be in Texas because I'm about to call him up and say, hey man, I got to come to a few practices to see what you're doing.
And he's open. That's the thing I love about. He's open to people come in, coaches come in, because like everybody's like, man, what are you doing? Like they have that type of intensity, game in and game out. That's what I love about Coach Sampson. I mean, he's amazing when it comes to that. Amazing.
You're exactly right. And I like Carol Lawson to stay on the women's side over at Duke.
Duke.
It's hard, and they take pride in it. And that's what you got to get. You got to get kids that take pride in defense. Like everybody want to score, everybody want to go for 40, but how do you get stops? Do you want to earn a job? Do you really want to be a pro? Because you got to be able to defend just like you can actually score the ball. And that's what I'm telling my kids. Like, if you want to go to this high major, mid major, whatever, you better be able to play some defense because they won't look your way. You can go out there and score 20, but if you're giving up 30, that means we about to lose.
I know that's right. But and you know what that means? That means you about to come sit down too.
Exactly right. And I'm not even sitting you next to me. You're gonna go sit at the end. Like I gotta find somebody in the rotation that's gonna defend and take pride in it.
Now, and I know the answer to this, but I want people to hear this. Not only what you just said, but man, tell people how important for these kids to be in the film room and getting that film work in, man.
It's very important. You can't just show up to a game. It's not, it's not AAU where you just show up and play. Like, we got to know our tendencies. We got to know what you do well. Like, we record every practice. So I'm going to show you what mistakes you made, probably what you missed in the set, in our scrimmage, all our scrimmages and everything. And I'm going to tell you if you're being lazy. Like, we don't take that laziness over here. So I'm like, hey, this is you being lazy. I treat every kid like the level they want to go to. Every kid I recruited literally said, Coach, I want to go high or mid-major. So when they walk in the first day, and I'm letting them know, like, hey, lace your shoes up, let's get started. If you have a bad practice, I'm going to say, hey, I thought you wanted to go Power 5. Like, Power 5 don't have bad practices. There are 3 people that cannot have a bad practice. That's your best player. That's your point guard, because they have the ball most of the time, and they hand your best player is the one that's putting the ball through the basket most of the time, and your coach. I can't have a bad practice. So I have to literally wake up every morning. If I'm having anything going on, when I walk into that sanctuary of a gym, I have to leave it at the door and coach these kids up. Like, I'm trying to build phenomenal women. And that's what I learned from Felicia Legette-Jack. She loves building phenomenal women. And that's when their brains fully develop at 25, and that they are able to be successful, and they can call you and be like, hey, I want to thank you for changing my life. And I watched Felicia Legette-Jack do it, and I think I can do the same thing as well with these women that I'm getting ready to coach. Because like Felicia said, I don't coach girls. I'm coaching grown women. So I'm going to treat you as that. Because at the end of the day, if you see this portal, these kids trying to get paid. So if you want to go get paid, you better come out here and put in the work so you can get that dollar.
Man, you hit that right on the head. And what people need to understand, like, there's some differences between JUCO, but like when they're trying to get to the next level, what you're practicing and preaching to them is you're giving them the blueprint to be successful on that
Mm,
4-year level. And
exactly.
that's what a lot of them need to understand because, as you said, and it's no shade to AAU, everybody has the mentality, oh, I need to go get 30 so I can be noticed.
Mhm.
God, there's just a lot of kids that are in JUCO that average 9, 10 points a game, 8 points a game, and they move on to high major. Why? Because
Exactly.
they're good in their role. They're excellent in their role.
And they still be successful. You can average
Mhm.
at 8 or 9, go Division 1, mid major, and still be successful and still go make money overseas. That's what kids don't understand. You can do it. Like I've
Mhm.
seen it done countless times. Like I said, working with Bart, I've seen it. I've seen kids go make this money, you know. But it's about that dog, and that's what we're recruiting over here at Ranger. Like if you got that dog, I mean, I don't want no Chihuahua. I want a dog. I want you barking. I want you to, I want you communicating. I want you to be ready to go. Like when the lights turn on, that's when you shine the brightest. And when the lights ain't on, I want you in the gym working because everybody ain't got to see you work out all the time. You're doing it in closed doors. And so when it comes to that, like now you're rising to the occasion. And that's what we're looking for over here.
Let me ask this in regards to Ranger. Does Ranger have dorms on campus or how
You
do they
sure
work?
do. You got dorms, you get 3 square meals on the weekdays, 2 square meals on the weekend. We're in the
Okay.
middle of nowhere, so it's nothing but academics and hoops. We're
Okay.
2 hours from Dallas. We don't have classes on Friday. So what happens? We have early practice. If you want to go in the off season, go to Dallas, go do your thing. Go enjoy yourself. Bring your behind back here on Monday so we can get back to work because in the season, we're grinding. We have to get better and we have to make sure that's how you get this program. All right. Like everybody says they're in the gym 24 hours a day. That's fine. Sometimes you need time to relax and rest and all that kind of stuff. But I want kids that if they didn't go to Dallas or we're 4 hours from Houston, if they don't go to Houston, we're in the gym, point blank, period. But there will be time where you go enjoy yourself. Go to Dallas. No, go kick it with some teammates. Go kick it with some friends that you probably found on campus. Because when it's time to work, it's time to work. But we have all that. We have the dorms. Our 4 rides cover dorms. It covers meals. It covers books and tuition, and then you get all your Pell back. So we just
Wow.
helping. Yeah, we setting you up. Like all you gotta do is come hoop.
Man, that's good right there. That's real good. Let me ask this. So, for people that don't know about Ranger, what type of associate degrees do they offer there?
We have tons of them. Most of the kids that are coming in are. Uh, we have a nursing program that's like an hour away. So that sets you up to get everybody that actually goes through that program get accepted into nursing school. We have education, whether you're trying to be a teacher. We have finance degrees. We have all kinds of things. And for those who are undecided, really junior colleges, you're just doing prereqs anyway. You're just going to school
Mhm.
for half the cost before you go to that university where if you're not on scholarship, at least you got the small things out of the way. So we have a ton of degrees that we can offer each and every athlete that comes our way.
Will study hall be required?
Mandatory. I've never had a team that I've coached has finished less than a 3.2
Okay.
because we take academics very serious. We don't know when the last time you're gonna lace up your shoes. I didn't know when the last time I was gonna lace up my shoes. And now
Mhm.
look, I'm coaching. For some people that don't have the opportunity to coach or play professionally, you don't know when the last time you're gonna lace up the shoes. So you gotta make sure you better have a degree by your name because if you want to get paid, that's what's gonna matter at the end of the day. Now you
Mhm.
do have anomalies who out here make millions of dollars, don't need a degree. But that's like 1%. Now
Correct.
today in today's world, like the bachelor's like the new high school diploma, while a master's is like the bachelor's and the PhD is like the master's. So I want all my kids to be highly educated when they leave here and say, "Dang, coach, you really changed my life."
I like
But
that. I
but our
like
study hall is Monday through Thursday, 1 hour a day.
Okay.
You don't have study hall on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a practice, and you might go out of town, but you get 4 hours every week. You check in the library. You check in with me. You actually study, and you're not just sitting there on your phone because you're gonna leave that phone at the front. You don't need it for that hour. Whoever you need to text, you can text them later, and then you're
Mhm.
gonna get your study on, and then you're gonna get up out of there.
Okay. Okay. Like you said, you're gonna practice in the morning, um, go to class, and then after that, so practice in the
Class will be
morning,
over
go to
about like
class,
3 o'clock, so we have study hall right after that,
and
and
then a
then
film session after study hall. How's that gonna
our
work?
film session definitely have to study hall because we all in one place. You go get that film, man.
Okay.
About 30, 35, 40 minutes, of what we did that day. Because it's going to be clipped up by me. So it's going to be what we did that day, what we can work on, what we did in this, how we could have did this. And then from there, I have individual film sessions with every kid. I'm trying to do it twice a week. Just like I meet with every kid every 2 weeks to let them know. I want to know. I'm not only worried about coaching you. I want to know you as a person. Like, I want to know more about you, because I feel like the coaches that know their athletes, the kids will run through a brick wall for them. So I want to know, if you're ever going through a problem, that you're okay with calling me. I have an open door policy. If you have something going on, come talk to me, and then we'll keep between us. If it's something that I got to report, I got to report it. But other than that, most of the time it's gonna be something like my boyfriend just broke up with me, or my girlfriend broke up with me, or something like that. Let me know, so we can get it out, cry about it, whatever, so we can get you ready to go play. At the end of the day, that's what it is about. That's how you build these phenomenal women. You have to build the trust in them so they can trust you and be able to run through this wall for you.
Let me ask this as well, and I'm always fascinated by this. What's going to be your expectation of players at Ranger? What type of style are you looking for, and what's going to be the expectation?
Expectation is you got to be in shape.
Thanks to
You
that.
got to be in shape. You're gonna come play over here, because the way we're gonna get after it is we're going up and down the floor. I've studied tons of offenses, I've studied tons of defenses, but the biggest thing for me is you have to defend. If you can defend, you can play at Ranger. If you can defend, I will find you a home, because dogs is what we're looking for. The expectation is, I don't want somebody coming in with a losing mentality. I want you to say, hey, I'm getting in the gym this morning. Hey, coach, like, hey, what you doing? It's 8 o'clock. All right, can we go get in the gym? Yeah, let's go get these shots up. Hey, coach, can you work me out this Sunday after church? So I'm going to church on Sunday. Now, I can't help you with work. I'm gonna get my church on. I'm gonna go praise my Lord. But after that, let's go get in this gym. Let's go get these shots. Hey, coach, check it out. Let's play a one-on-one. Like, when I was with DeAsia Fair at Syracuse, we played one-on-one before every single game. And that got her mentally ready. And that got her, was a killer. She was a killer at Syracuse. She's the third all-time leading scorer in the NCAA history. And that's what I want. I want somebody with that mentality. Like, hey, check it out, coach, man. Let's play. Like, and take it serious. Like, hey, because I'm not losing to you. I'm gonna play. Like, I played DeAsia hard every single day. I did not play. Listen, I did not play no games. Our head coach, she said, as long as you don't hurt her, I don't care. So we got to play one-on-one, and that's what got her going. And I want players like that. I want players that love basketball, because I think we're getting away from the love of the game. Now we're chasing the likes and the thumbs ups and all that kind of stuff. I want somebody just like, man, listen, I'm not worried about all that right now. I'm trying to earn me a scholarship. I'm trying to feed my family, and I'm trying to get paid. And the way you do that is you put in the work behind closed doors, and you shine when the lights are brighter. Because if one person eat, we all eat at the end of the day. I'm 36 years old. Like, I gotta dream, be here 5 years, and then after that, I want to be a head coach at the mid-major. I want to be a head coach at the Power 5. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I got dreams just like, and I tell them, I got dreams just like you. So I'm coming to work every day with the mentality of, how did I help you get better? Because you got to be where your feet are. And I learned that from Kelvin Sampson. He literally said every coach literally is thinking about the next job and the next job and the next job. Like, I could be right here now thinking about, how can I get this job over here or that? No, you got to be where your feet are now, because if you're where your feet are now, then everything else will follow in its steps.
I like that right there, man. So, listening to you, you sound like you're an up-tempo guy.
Yes, very up-tempo. Very, very.
I mean, you gave away some keys when you say you got to be in shape. You got to play D. And usually those type of coaches are pressing up-tempo. They want to create turnovers and get on the run.
Yes, that's the goal at the end of the day. Like, I want you to play free. I don't want to bound you down with 1,010 plays. I want us to defend, and our defense leads to our offense.
Okay. Now let me ask this. And I like that mentality as well. But your half court sets, of course, gotta have it. But this is for our listeners as well. You're going to bark out that play, whatever, you practice it a million times. Outside of being in shape and being a hustler, I I talk about this every time. You're going to get on that floor when you're able to process what you're telling them. And when I say process that, if you're able to process that quickly, most kids will get it after, a couple times, whatever. But the ones that are able to process it, when you say it one time and they're able to process it, those are the people that's going to play.
That's why your point guard is so important. Like, I don't have to call out every single play. We get in our transition set right in. If our primary breakdown, our secondary not there, my point guard should already know because we've watched enough film together.
I was just going to say that's film. Yeah,
So
that's
we
exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
automatically know. All right, we get into the set. When I call timeout, I'm looking at her like, "Hey, what did you see?" What she should be able to say, "Hey, like, coach, I think this will work. This will work," because of the fact that that's how much film that I'm going to be watching with my players. Like, my point guard is an extension of me. I should be able to just be cool, calm, and collected. Coaching defense, my assistant coach should be coaching a little bit of offense and defense, but my point guard should be like, "Hey, this ain't where. Hey, let's flow into this. Let's flow into Texas. Let's flow into Omaha or something." And then that's how it works. Like, your set plays are very important because there are going to be teams that slow you down and want you to play in the half court. And if you can't do that, then you're in trouble. Just like there's going to be teams like if your man-to-man plays are just phenomenal, they're going to zone you. So you got to have a few zone plays that's going to get them out of that zone to make them have to defend man-to-man. So everything is like a chess match. And that's why I'm excited. These coaches in Texas is bringing chess coming like it's a chess match for real. So I have to be ready. My players are going to be ready. And we're just going to come and show everybody that, hey, we're here. There's no waiting. We're here now.
I want to ask you this, and this is really philosophy because I love asking coaches this. Yeah, you're going to have your set plays, but most of the time off your set plays, there's variations. There's your first option, your second option, your third option, sometimes your fourth or fifth option, depending on how sophisticated you are. But usually you're still going to run your stuff, and that other team is going to know what you're going to do because they're watching film as well. But it's that usually that second or third variation that is successful, correct?
It's execution. Once you get in the conference, everybody knows you. When you get to the national tournament, everybody know what you're doing. How well does your team execute down the stretch?
Yeah.
The more disciplined teams, like the Bart Walkers of the world, they win because they are disciplined and they execute. That's all that matters. If you have a team that is disciplined and execute, no matter, you can know I can be running dribble drive. Whoa, here we come. It came out of the ATO, dribble drive. How are we going to execute to get to what we want to make happen? Are you going to just stand in the corner? Are you going to cut back door when you see your person's in help? Like, it's just execution, and that comes down to coaching and teaching. Like, we're not only just teaching on the court, we're teaching kids life and discipline. At the end of the day, you are a teacher. So you have to be really good at your craft. And that's what I'm excited about, is I get to continue to teach, this time from the first chair instead of the third or fourth chair.
Let me ask this, and I love this part as well. You're coming from the next chair, and this is your time now. But how is important, and it's a part of your recruiting pitch as well. It's building those relationships with those four-year schools. It's building those relationships with those D2 schools and NAI schools as well, and sometimes D3, just depending, what the kid is looking for, because some kids are more about academics, and they'll say, hey, coach, I want to go here. And how, since you've been coaching for X amount of years, you've built up that portfolio of relationships with coaches to be able to make that phone call and say, hey, I got a kid.
I built up a lot. I've been lucky enough to do that. Like, I can get on the phone and call Akron. I can call Felicia at Syracuse. I can call UC Irvine or Riverside or somebody. It just, as long as I think that's what it takes for a kid to want to come play with you. They got to understand that you actually know some people, and they're going to want to know, like, who you put in college. So when I sit there and list this, I got this kid, I had this kid, and they went here. Like, when I show my portfolio, then that's when kids start buying in. For us, we have a Zoom presentation that I got from my guy, Glenn Mayo, who's over at South Plains. Shout out to him. He told me, like, hey, you might not get that kid on campus, but if you have a portfolio and you have like a presentation that you can show them about what you plan on bringing, who you help get to where, you'll help get those kids. And that's why I haven't had this job long. It's been about 4 or 5 days. and I have to bring in 15 kids, and I've already signed 8 of the 15. So that's very important for us as well. Like, we have to be able to, hey baby, daddy's busy, baby. That's my daughter. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
But we have to be ready to bring in recruits around the clock. Like, we're constantly just talking to other people. We're constantly having different presentations. Night, baby. We're constantly having different presentations. We're doing everything we can in order for us to be successful.
Mm. And this leads into my last question, and I ask everybody this, and it's going to be important for you because you're in Texas, and we talked about this backstage. Texas is Texas in JUCO. Everybody knows Texas. So when you're out recruiting, you're now going to have to recruit against Trinity Valley. You're now going to
Yes.
have to recruit against Kilgore. You're going to have to recruit against all the big boys. So, and I'm going to ask you so people can see what it is right now. Why Ranger?
Because we're the place to be at the end of the day. We have everything you want. We have the accommodations you want. You have a coach that's going to give you everything he's got every single day. He's going to build a relationship with you, your parents. He's going to see you be successful. I've literally attended so many. I've been coaching for 13, 14 years now. You know how many weddings I've attended? You know how many of my players call me and say how many they're having kids and all that kind of stuff, or just the talk. That's what I build. I build professional, personal relationships because at the end of the day, I care about you. Not only on the court, I want you to be successful on the court. I want to be like, man, I just sent this kid to Florida State and blah, blah, blah. But off the court, I also care about you as well. I want to know about your life. I want to know everything that you want to let me know because I care about you as a human being and in person. And that's what I tell parents. You're not just an athlete, you're a person and you're a phenomenal woman. And I care about you around the clock. Like, I'm always concerned. Ranger is the place. Like, we have nothing but a ceiling of expectation, and you have to rise to my ceiling. There is no going under. There's no falling under. Like, you can try to reach above me, but I'm at the top, and I want you to come join me. And that's the stairway is there. I want you to come join us. Our president, who played in Nebraska Omaha, like, he is huge on wanting the women's program to succeed. Our AD, he wants to see the success of all sports. Like, I promise you, every kid that comes to Ranger, you will see the difference. Like, you will see kids get put from point A to point B. You will see us win games. You will see how much we actually care because our social media outlet is gonna be taken to a whole new level now. Like, it's been small posts here and there, but we're gonna post about every kid. You're gonna know about everybody's habits and what they do and what they do fun and the way we building around the community. Like, we're going to be at nursing homes, we're going to be feeding the homeless, we're going to do all these small things to get our community back engaged with women's basketball. But
So
Ranger is it.
let me ask this as well, and I'm glad you brought that up. How can people see your social media presence on Twitter or Instagram? What's going to be social media handles so people will know?
Right now it's Rangers women basketball, Ranger WBB.
Ranger
So
WBB. Okay.
that's it. And so we starting this thing off. When I get all the passwords on that kind of stuff, I'm gonna post from my own personal site, and we're gonna have a post at least when the kids come in about mid-July. We'll have a post like every week of something. You'll see like snippets of our practice. We ain't got nothing to hide. We want you to see what we're doing. We want you to see us working. We want you to be like, man, we got Ranger. Man, one thing they do is they defend and they get after it. They dive on those balls. They're trying to win 50-50. I want you to know who we are every single day. And I want you to be like, wow, we don't want to schedule Ranger. Because right now, everybody wants to schedule us because, the down years. Like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, I got thousands of calls like, hey, man, you got any open spots? And I'm like, dang, man. It was when I was at Northwest, nobody called. We had to pay
Oh, yeah. With nobody calling Northwest, like, oh, now we full, coach.
Yeah, the same thing at Trinity Valley. She called me. I said, how many games? She said, man, I'm looking for 10. Nobody ain't gonna want to play us. We gotta pay people. I'm like, shoot, you Trinity Valley. I wouldn't want to play y'all either. So that's what I'm trying to get. That's the kind of mentality I have, and that's the kind of aura I want to have about our program.
Okay. Hey, man, man, I'm so happy for you, man. Congratulations again. I tell anybody that comes on this show, like I said, I've had numerous JUCO coaches on here, from Texas to Florida to D2 JUCOs. Like I'm big on all levels, whether it's all 4-year levels, but a lot of people don't know there's multiple JUCO levels as well, from JUCO
Exactly.
D1 to JUCO D2 to JUCO D3 to JUCO Independent. I get those questions a lot. Well, what's that? And I'll be like, well, you got to do your research. If you're serious about this, you need to know what your level
You gotta
is.
know what you get yourself into.
Exactly. But man, I tell people all the time, once you're on this show, you consider family, man. So this won't be your last time on the show, man. And
Man, I come on anytime you have me, man. I'm appreciative. Like I enjoyed this a lot.
anytime, man. And I know if you're at Final Four, what I want to do, the one thing I haven't been to yet that I want to get to, I want to get to that JUCO convention that they have in Texas. That's on my to-do list.
I'm gonna definitely have to pull up to that as well. I'm so used to going to the Final Four. Shout out to my guy KP, who he throws the best parties over at the Final Four. Like he's a really good guy. He works with the McDonald's All American Committee. So like,
I know KP
every day.
Yeah,
like, that's my mentor. That's my brother. Like he's everything to me, and I'm where I am today because of him as well.
And I was down in Tampa, but I was covering the game for the media, so I was in the back room asking questions, but I didn't get a chance to go to the to K. And everybody knows KP's party is big, and when I saw the picture, I was like, oh man, that looked like a concert.
That's what I said when he sent me the picture too, because I didn't make it down there this year. Okay. So he sent the picture. I said, man, what in the world? He said, man, this is just the front. I said, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a phenomenal job putting it out there and helping people get to where they want to go as well. Like he's always been a great reference for me, and anytime I go through something, he's always the person I call, and he helps me through it every single step of the way.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Absolutely. And like I said, man, I can't wait to support one of these days. Well, I get to Dallas all the time because my I'm a big fan of North Texas program, and then I have family that lives in the Dallas area as well. So one of these days, man, I'm gonna have to sneak over in that 2-hour ride to get over there, man.
Come on over, man. I got a ticket for you, and I have a good seat waiting for you as well.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Like I said, this will not be your last time coming on, and I can't wait to see as you progress through this whole thing. And when we talk about relationships, I love the fact that, I didn't even know you, but I knew, when I watched North Florida, I was like, man, they're so good. The first thing I said was that guard play was phenomenal. And you never know who's watching. I tell the kids that all the time. You never know who's watching. I'm sitting right there on the baseline with the coaches like, wow, they're really good. But I want to see you just like the rest of the people I built relationships with. Like some of them are on their 3rd or 4th job, and each time they're moving up. And I bring you on the show every time you come to a new place. I'm like, man, I remember when you was here. I remember that. Look at you now. You're so big. Look, I can't even get a phone call.
I'm always answer the phone for you, big dog. I promise you on that.
Nah, man, and like I said, I appreciate my phone's always open for you as well. Just like when you got the job, I was like, hey man, you come on the show and talk about your program. You jump right on it. So
you know it. I told you, anytime you need me, I'm there, man, because you've been there for me every time I ask you a question. So I really do appreciate you. I'm very, very grateful.
Nah, anytime, man. And and that's what I want kids to understand. Like none of us get to this point without relationships and without help at all. None of us do.
Nope.
I mean, it's always, if it's not you, it's, hey, I know somebody who knows somebody. You know what I mean? And vice versa. And it's always that type of relationship. So you don't want to burn bridges either.
No, you don't. Relationships is key. Like I had a former player reach out to me and say, hey, can you help me find a GA job? I made a few calls and they found a job. That's how it is. You want to, and I was a kid that I didn't even coach, that rejected me. Didn't want to come play for me when I was at LIU. Called me and said, hey, can you help me? And voila, what I did, help that person get to a GA job as well. So it's like, and the more relationships you build, the more people you get to know, it just helps you along the path, especially those who want to get into coaching.
Because you never know. Like you said, you never know when that call or who's making that call or who's speaking on your behalf to help you get to where you're trying to go.
Exactly. You're right.
Definitely. Hey man, I enjoyed this so much, man. I'm excited for you. And I know it's going to be a tall task in that Texas JUCO, but I know you up for it because you've been really prepared in your last couple stops. So I know
Yes,
you're going to do well. You know, it's going to take a moment to get to where you're trying to get, but I know every year it's going to be improvement over improvement over improvement.
you're right. And I'm just blessed to have this opportunity, like I said, and I look forward to the challenge.
Definitely. Listen, you know, I'm gonna keep up with you. I'm gonna be checking in to see how everything's going. You know, even when we're not talking, I'm looking in the background, like, let me see what this record's looking like. Let me see who just played. Like it's those type of things. Even if we're not talking, I'm like, okay, he's going in this direction. Okay, he's doing this. Or I may just text him like, who's this player? That person is good. It's like,
Hmm.
you know, like I said, when you said Northwest Florida, I was like, oh, your guards. Like, I'm going to get to know your players, and so I'm like, oh, that big is a monster, or that wing, hey, that wing is power five,
Hmm.
power four now, excuse me, but yeah, but no, it's going to be those type of because I like to look in the background and say what he's doing, what type of players does he have? I'm like, oh, he got this player, oh, he got that player, and then sometimes I may just text out of the blue and say, who's looking at that player? And it's just out of curiosity sometimes. When you
Hmm.
see that player, I'm like, I'm thinking this player is that player. Is that player getting that type of attention? You'd be like, nah, they're getting this player. Or, oh yeah, absolutely. They're getting that and some. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Hmm.
Okay. And
That's
it's
all.
just small
That's what I
stuff
want
like
for all
that.
our kids. I want our kids to have the opportunity to showcase their talent. Just like I told them, you're not gonna be in no box. You're gonna have a chance to shine. And if
Hmm.
you get put on that stage and you fold up, I put you on the stage so you can shine, not to fold. So you got to put in that work behind the scenes.
Yeah, when them lights is on, that's when you got to shine. If not, then you got to get back in the lab. And it's not always about you're going to fail in life at some point. You're going to, but it's how you respond to it. Like you put them in that stage, and sometimes it was the first time and they had to learn from it. So they come
Mhm.
back, like you said, you watch that film, be like, oh, yeah, I'd take an L on that one. You know. So, but man, listen, I appreciate you so much, man. And like I said, we will definitely be talking more. And best of luck to you in this upcoming season. Oh, let me ask this. So, when you're recruiting, are you going out to, um, are you going to AAU events? Are you going to
I
JUCO
started
events?
in June. Like I said, I had just got the job, so man, I've been trying to catch up. I haven't even been on campus yet. I leave to go on campus in 2 weeks. So
Okay, okay,
I do plan on being in all the different AU events in Texas. I do plan on traveling out. Shoot, I'm gonna get in the car like it's a caravan and drive around and
okay,
go find these kids.
okay. I got you. Okay, and it's high school D2, D1. It's whatever, right?
For me,
International, yes.
I want the best available. Like I don't care if you're a high school kid. If you're a high school kid, you can still compete. You can still be really good. You just was
Mm-hmm.
under. Like I have a kid that's in Michigan right now that's getting overlooked, and I was like, oh yeah, you're still just come to the range and let's get this thing figured out. If it's a
Okay.
kid that's at Division One level that's not playing, but you have really good, footwork and do what I asked you to do, come on over here. We're gonna help you get. We're gonna help you develop. We'll help you get it better. Like I'm looking for the right kids. There's a lot of internationals that want to be over here and play. Like I got a steal from Spain. So like I said, hey, I don't know why did nobody look at you? Come on over here. I got a scholarship for you. You gonna look good in purple and black.
Hey,
So like I want the best available, and sometimes the best available isn't the right fit. Like they might not want to play defense, or they might be a little lazy. I want the best available that is a dog. And so if you have them, reach out to me. Like I'll take them.
now Rangers games will be streamed, live stream, right?
Yes, they have their own like little website through the whole Texas JUCO. You can find all the Texas games on there. That's the exciting thing about it.
Okay.
Our AD does a phenomenal job of making sure that the footage get up real fast. I got to watch Ranger. I've been knowing about this job for about 2 months, so I had to go back and watch every game last season, so I can say what I can do to improve. So I can say who's gonna should stay, who should go, all that kind of stuff. Because of the fact that I want to bring in a culture of kids that want to win. I want to bring in a culture, and I want to change the culture and see what all these other coaches do and their philosophies and all that kind of stuff. Of course, people's philosophies change year in and year out depending on your recruitment, or you can already have a system in play and been winning, and you stick to that system. And
Mhm.
so you got to be able to disrupt that system. So I've watched every single game from that Ranger played, and I watched. Of course, I had to go back and watch my girl Precious at Trinity Valley and be like, all right, man, like I got to figure your piece of the puzzle out too.
Mm-hmm. And man, all you gonna have your hands full, definitely. But I know you got it handled. Like I said, we'll definitely be in touch. Just sometimes if it's small stuff, just questions, whatever. My line is open. I know your line is open, man. And best of luck to you. Okay.
I appreciate you, boss.
Okay, we'll be talking soon, man. You take care. Okay.
You have a great day as well.
All right. Listen, Coach Gilbert, man, I know he's going to do well because what he does, well, what he did at Northwest Florida, that program was rolling. Like he mentioned Trinity Valley and Precious. Like Precious is, one of the top coaches in JUCO, but Northwest Florida is right there as well. They're very good also. And it's just one of those things where when you find these type of people, you definitely want to have them somewhere close to you because it's only a matter of time before he moves that program in the right direction. That's going to do it for tonight. We're going to have another special edition on Thursday. We're going to have a D2 coach from Florida coming on. The new coach from Florida Tech will be on our show, Coach Ross, and she'll get a chance to talk about our program as well. It's AAU time. I spent all weekend in the gym here in Atlanta, saw some good prospects. Actually, next week I get a chance to relax because there's no event that I know of as of right now. And then the following week is live period. I'll be in Atlanta and Birmingham. I'll be in Atlanta live at Lake Point, and then I'll be at EYBL in Birmingham at the Capital Cool Classic. So it's time to run now. And then after that, I'll be at the Memorial Day Classic for Inside Exposure. And then June is high school live time. So I'll be at a couple events there. And then July is just a blur because I'm a little bit of everywhere in July between Run for the Roses, Adidas. I'll be at Power 24 this year. I'm going to run up to Under Armour while I'm up in Run for the Roses. So when August 1st comes, I like to go dark for about a week and just get some rest. But that doesn't mean you guys need to go dark because you need to keep working. So parents, stay on your kids about them grades and stay on them about their work ethic and their work habits as well. So you guys have a good night. I'm David Jones, your host. Good night.